holiday here. Today I'm going to make cupcakes. Want to join me? Preheat oven to 350. I'm going to be making 30 cupcakes. Line these trays with your favorite cupcake liners. I'm using these pretty little pink ones. I'm going to be doing a devil's food recipe. Added 285 grams of flour, and to that I've added 90 grams of cocoa. Add half a tablespoon of baking soda, half a teaspoon of baking powder, 3/4 of a teaspoon salt, and sift all that together. Alright, sift it together, now set that aside. You're going to need brewed coffee, so make up some coffee. It has to be cold though, so make sure that after you let it sit, you put it in the fridge for a little while. In a stand mixer, cream together 210 grams of butter with 450 grams of sugar. Make sure that your butter is at room temperature. Make sure that you have mixed that very well. Next, for this recipe, you are going to add all the dry. Now mix that up really well. Start on slow because you don't want it to fly everywhere. Next, you'll be adding 4 eggs and 1 yolk. Add eggs to create a smooth paste. Don't forget to scrape down the bowl. Then you're going to want to mix in 180 grams of cold buttermilk and mix that on medium speed for 30 seconds. Then you're going to want to mix in 180 grams of cold coffee, brewed coffee, with 1 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And mix that on high for 30 seconds. Make sure you're not getting sloshy, but then start to mix it on high. And don't forget to scrape down your bowl. Now I find the easiest way to pour cupcakes is to do it in a piping bag, and this one's a little small. I would recommend a bigger one. I don't know why I bought these ones, but anyway. Just fill up your piping bag with the cupcake filling. So then squeeze out. Try not to go more than 2/3 full. Because it's gonna expand. Okay, these are ready to go in the oven now. Basically bake them until they are ready, until they are springy to the touch, and when you insert a toothpick, it comes out clean. Alright, I've taken these out of the oven. They look pretty good. Now I'm going to make Swiss meringue buttercream for the filling of the cupcakes. Now what you're going to want to do is get a double boiler, and in your mixing bowl put in 165 grams of egg whites. These are frozen, so that's why they look like cubes. These are almost melted, so it doesn't really matter. You're going to add 285 grams of sugar. This mixture needs to get to 130 degrees before you can start whipping it, and so that'll take a few minutes because these are still frozen. But basically you're just heating up the sugar, kind of melting it a little so it's not granular anymore. This makes the best buttercream. Don't use that American buttercream method. It's too sweet and yeah, it's just gross. Just don't do it. Okay, so we're looking for 130. Alright, kill the heat and put it on the mixer. And you're going to want to mix it pretty high because we're making a meringue. Why it's called Swiss meringue. So basically it's going to double in volume. So while that's mixing up, you want to measure out a pound of butter. You want to get medium peaks. That looks pretty good. Those are kind of, they're like medium stiff. And now you're going to want to add your butter. Now make sure your butter is room temperature. And you can pretty much just throw it in there. You want it to look like that. Now it's a really hot day, so it's kind of taking a while for it to mix up. But the more you whip it, the lighter it gets, and the lighter it gets in color. I'm going to add a teaspoon's worth of vanilla, because that's the flavor I want. So I've mixed this up again, and now I'm going to inject it into the cupcakes, because this is what my client wanted. So I'm going to take a piping bag, and I'm using this injector tip. I'm going to be wearing gloves. And now I'm going to take this and just insert this in there and squeeze. I'm basically just inserting this tip in here and pressing and just filling it up. I don't know how full these things are getting. So I've taken my piping bag. This is a 6. And then I've just done the Hostess swirl to make it look like a Hostess cupcake, except mine are way better. And now a song. Oh, we've been driving in your Chevrolet. Not a word to each other we say. My hair flies free in the windy day. We're off to Vegas, gonna be there today. Well, that's just a start for that song. More to come. Please like and subscribe. Thank you.